during the message, you mentioned if our parents had left their marriages the way marriages are breaking out this year and time,
Yeah.
this season, that a lot of us would have, been raised differently and the rest of it. So, and the question or my concern is our parents' marriage and our marriage, what changed? So I can say that in their own time, marriage has always been the same, right? But in their own time, there weren't social things that have been built up for people to. You can go here if this is happening. You can go to the court and seek for divorce if this is happening, and all of that has not been in place then. But now all of those things are in place, and people are leaving their marriages. Only this week, I've heard of 2 divorces that are going to take place from people that.
What's the question?
I know. So now the question is, what is the template? Because most of these divorces comes from the side of the man. All of a sudden it becomes toxic and all of that. What is the template for the ladies and for the men? For the men, I have a guy who is asking me how to begin something with a lady that is just meeting. Even the one I shared to him did not follow. So no wahala. And it's not going well right now. So what is the template for a lady to follow when a guy comes into your life? What are you going to present as something, the processes you want you people to follow? And what is the template for the guys to follow when
Follow
you meet
for
a
what?
guy? For a relationship that's
Okay.
going to eventually lead into marriage.
The person should get the book How to Find the Right Person to Marry. It will answer every question. Any question any single needs to ask about relationship, the questions you need to ask, literally the questions, everything is in that book. So that will be my advice. That will be my first counsel. If you are single in this house and you don't have that book, you are not serious with your marital destiny. And the book, it's not, let me tell you this, and I think some people know, it's not for, I'm not saying that for commercial reasons, because the book, we printed it with our money, but we've sold it to church. The money doesn't come to me. All right? The money never comes to me. So if you think that somebody is doing it for commercial purpose, it's your business. But if you don't read and follow the things in the book, you will still come back. There's a proverb that says, it is at the house, the stool is waiting for the bum. It will wait. I will be here waiting for you.
Okay, can I add something? I think that a lot of us, we just, I don't know the right word to use now, but we just commonize marriage. Like, it's simple. When I'm in love with somebody, I get married to that person, I have a successful marriage. Marriage it's a whole lot of work. If you are a child, you're expected that from primary school, you go to secondary school, from secondary school, you go to university, so that you can get a good job, to keep up that life. The same thing with marriage. I always tell people that don't just read, because I just want to get a knowledge. Read because you want to have a successful marriage. You see why we have a lot of people divorcing now? It's the same thing that happened to Queen Vashti. She got herself into the palace. She didn't get the right knowledge that would sustain her in that palace. So a lot of us need to take that. When we read books, sometimes I read books for singles, I read books for several books, not just for you alone, so that the people around you, your children, when you're raising them, you have adequate knowledge of whatever it is they are going through. So when we tell people that read books, it's like, some people would rather check out videos online, some people don't even listen to messages. And these are where you get knowledge from. When you look at Esther had a Mordecai in a corner who was telling her, this is what you're going to do, this is how you're going to go about it. So if you don't have that opportunity, you can get that opportunity from buying books. You get knowledge from people. When I see the way people read, I know that their marriage cannot be successful. When I see the way what people add to their life when it comes to relationship. When I went for youth service, I remember my Alawi, I bought books. People were buying clothes, they were buying I bought books about marriage. I read a lot about marriage. And still, we still had our differences that we had to sort. So, but I knew that there were some things that I was already prepared. A lot of people are not prepared for marriage. People just feel that, because you see the videos, you see some things online, God, when? No, it doesn't work that way. It's something you prepare for. Like, you want to get a job, how you prepare for a job interview, how you prepare for whatever it is you want to get, how you prepare for embassy interview. That's how you should prepare for marriage. Because there are a lot of things happening now. that is changing the norms, changing the trends. So read books about marriage, about relationship, and we have them here.
Sorry, sir. I also think there should be. Sorry, I also think there should be more events for the men.
For the men?
Yes, because a lot of things.
Did you come for the last midman?
Yes, I've always been turning up, and it's just twice that we've had between last year.
We are going to have more this.
So yeah,
it's a promise.
Yes, and I also want to say that men should also read books.
Yeah.
Men should also be intentional. See, a lot of men. I've seen that some people, I have folks that are my friends, they'll say, my father didn't do this or my father did that. And I said, if you are not very careful, you will become the exact of your father, except you are very intentional. There are some things that I see my husband do. I'm like, are you for real? It's not easy, but you have to discipline yourself if you want a successful marriage.
All right, so some of the books we have in-house that I believe will be a blessing to you. How to find the right person to marry. That's one I was talking about earlier. Then there's a sequel to it for those of us that are married. If you are married in this house, 20 things you need to know after getting married. All right? So after getting married, this is a sequel to how to find the right person to marry. Then 10 steps to a healthy marriage. All right? The truth is, I don't even know how much this book costs anymore. But I think the Royal Guards know. Okay, I think this one is out of print. How to stop struggling in life and the marketplace. Then common mistakes couples make that destroy their marriage. All right. Then understanding boundaries. Everything traditional weddings. This is an assumption that you already know what you are doing and you are planning for your wedding. Whatever tribe, everything is covered in this book. Everything traditional weddings. And after the wedding, you see, a lot of people are clueless with parenting. They don't even know what will happen to them. I was saying something in our marriage mastery class yesterday that one of the things we expect is change. When you marry, that lady that you are marrying now, the version of her will soon be forever gone. You will marry a fiancé, she will become a wife. The moment she becomes a mother, that version that you married is gone eternally. Because now she's a mother. Our instincts will be different. And one of our ministers has released the book, Help, I had my baby and I lost myself. Let me just say, is it not just to born picking? That's why you are raising pickings and not children. Because children is different from picking. So if you like yourself, you can. And none of these books, this is not what she's also feeding on. She didn't write the book to sustain her. So if you like, pick it. If you like, don't pick it. I'm a very straightforward. Sometimes also say, Pastor, don't talk like that. It's what it is. You see, the Bible says, if you are wise for yourself. Pastor will be here to comfort you, to console you and everything. But you are the one that will be going through the pain. And the truth is, those things with a genuine pastor, it will bring pain to the pastor. But you can't help you more than that. I can't come to make certain decisions for you. Some decision must still be made by yourself. If you force a horse to the river, you can't force water into his mouth. The horse must still drink the water itself. With these few points of mine, Mr. Prophecy, please.
All right. Good morning. So for those of us that are getting married 2 years, 3 years from now,
you are not getting married 3-4 years from now. You and I, we've had that. Ask your question.
3 years from now.
You are not married 3 years from now.
So my question is on animal. Me, if I see dog, I'm always scared of dogs. Yeah, I hate animals.
We are in the same school.
Yeah, but
I also don't like animals.
But the person I want to marry 3 years from now likes animals.
Better than let her hear what you are saying.
Especially pussycat. She has up to about 7. That's why I can't go and visit. I can't do anything visitation. So now I don't want to look selfish. Such that when I now marry, I don't anything animal, anybody that is even acting as animal, I don't want him around. So how do I balance it such that I don't look selfish?
I'm also like you.
Let me answer that.
I grew up in an environment where you were made to believe cats are witches.
They are still witches.
No. So I remember I think it was when I was in secondary school. I just got to class that morning and I saw a cat in my locker. And I was so excited. I started buying milk and everything and started giving birth. I was raising cats. I don't know how I mistakenly mentioned it to my mom. She beat the cat out of me. And that was how I stopped. So when I now became, on my own and everything, I liked animals. And I was going to get married to my husband. My husband does not even like chicken. Chicken, as in chicken. My husband cannot stand chicken. So I was like, no, I'm going to get dog and everything. But Once you get married,
I like
women,
the dead version. Not the
but women,
someone
things
was
change.
going to give us a gift last Christmas. I think it was turkey.
Yes.
So I told her, I said, if you don't kill it, please, it's not going on with you. Kill it yourself, prep it. It can go.
So don't force it. Don't throw it in her face. She will outgrow it. Because at some point, you see, women
What if she does not?
She will.
Some people don't.
Okay, so I've seen a lot of women that I know that they are pet people, they are all of these things. By the time she gets married, you as a person, you have added to the list of people she will be taken care of. Some people are just wired
the
that way.
animals, do they belong to her or animals?
Personal.
Oh, it's her own.
See, anytime she travels and more pets will shall come back.
So and
demonic.
then don't no, it's not demonic. No, don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. It's just like some things that you like. When I met my husband likes shoes.
I still like shoes. I'm not going to change.
So he likes shoes. Sometimes I'm like, is this not, I can't change that part of him. Do you understand? But gradually, I feel that it's changing. It's changing. So sometimes it might change. Sometimes it might change. But it shows to you that she's a very caring person. And that is a plus. Because even
someone that is not caring can stand animals.
Yes. You will take care of animals.
So that means I'm not caring. Me that cannot stand animals.
You are not caring. So that's what it just means.
No,
so
if you had to weigh it on a scale, she'll be more caring
than you. Yes.
I'm very caring.
No.
This lady, I'm very caring. I don't like it.
So it's just to show to you that part of her, you may not get to see it in a lot of women. Women do have time. Before you do makeup, before you do this one, you do your hair, you do this one, then you're now taking care of animals. She's a very caring person. And don't think of you want to kill all the animals. No. Think of
that's what I was saying.
think of how you can, help to transition that to some other things, that she can. So of course things will change. Her taste will even change, by the time you get married. But please don't kill that vision, please.
How can you help a partner that is insecure from saying things that feel attacking when she's projecting things in a way that have not actually happened?
We've answered that before, yes.
Oh, yeah?
I think
if you are saying someone and the relationship is not well defined, as a lady, I want to talk about it but don't know how to talk about it. There is no other way to talk about it than ask. What are we doing? Why are we here? Where are we going? If you can't ask, send it as a message. Do you understand?
Questions are not coming up, but okay. Have you answered that?
Yes.
Okay, there's one I saw here. As a 21-year-old
We've answered that last week.
boy, do I need a relationship? Okay. What about pastor, please? What is your take on being in a relationship with old men?
We've answered that.
Okay.
Does my partner's avoidance of celebrating special moments like birthdays and anniversaries mean he doesn't appreciate our union? Do you want to answer that?
That question is very deep, because sometimes, like I was saying earlier on, some men will complain about their father and they are repeating the errors of their father. So I think you have to make it clear. Sometimes some men don't know. Some people work in error and they don't know. Some people don't know because the way they grew up, survival level, they don't even remember that they are born, as in their birthdays. Some people don't remember, hey, today is my birthday. Oh, really? They don't place priority on it. So that's why I always say that when you are raised, with love, with all of those thoughts, make sure that it's one of the things you look out for, so that you will not get hurt. So, but in the situation where you are married, you need to spell it out. You need to talk about it. You need to keep emphasizing it till you see changes. Because some people, that's the way you imagine somebody. The first 2 decades of their life, first 3 decades of their life. I've seen people like that. They don't remember their birthday. And I've seen men that they feel that when you give them a gift. I remember there was someone, we used to be very close. He was 35 and I was 25 at that time. It was 10 years, And then I gave him a gift. He started telling people that I'm interested in him. And I was the only person that gave him a gift for his birthday. He started telling people that, no, Sarah can just give me that gift. No, I know what she's trying to say. And I had to call him, come, what's the meaning of that? On a normal day, I give gifts to people. It's your birthday and nobody is giving you gifts. It says a lot. So there are some people that they are like
Maybe
that.
it's because he's not deserving of it.
Yeah, there's some people that are like that. They don't see gifts as anything. They don't see birthdays as anything. So you must, talk about it and work towards it.
If there are things that need to be worked on before marriage, how do you know they can change in future?
Well, you watch and you pray. So again, I would like to advise. I would like to lay emphasis on what Pastor said the other time. One of the major issues we are having with relationships now, with marriages now, is that people want to jump ahead of God. The one that created you said that the bed must not be defiled. A lot of times, once sex is involved, when I heard some things, when I heard this, my ex, this one, blah, 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 all of these things, when you check, the major problem is that they have slept with each other. And when you start having sex, if everybody is complaining about the guy, you will not see it. I've seen people that's why they died in that marriage, because they didn't see it, because they sleep with the guy, they are not seeing it. So you have to be intentional that, okay, this and this, and give it a timeline without even telling the person, because people ask now in relationship. Amen. Even church guys. So if you are saying that you are complaining, he will ask for you till you get married. So pray about it. Watch it change right before your eyes. There are a lot of things that, it's no longer this thing. Pastor has mentioned it in service before. I remember I liked everything. We correct each other. Sometimes when I want to say, hey, grammatical blunder, I wonder, some people can't stand it if you correct them. And then I will correct him too. I remember then when we would say excellent, I would say, no, you can't be saying excellent. You can't be saying that. And you know that within like 3 months, I noticed that he has changed. Even when he's talking, when he wants to pronounce, I will say, hey, this guy is going to say excellent. And he say excellent. I will say, hey, are you for real? And he didn't make it a big deal. I know of people that broke relationship because of, why will you correct me? Why will you do this one? Why will you question me? So you have to watch it, not telling the guy to his face. You can just mention it on the passive, but watch the person change right before your eyes. Because see, once you enter marriage, forget it. That's the end. There are a lot of people that don't change. If our people don't change in marriage, they only become pro max of whatever it is you marry.
And I think there are 3 stages. You find it in How to Find the Right Person to Marry book. There are 3 stages. Number 1 is observation. Number 2 is interrogation. And number 3 is investigation. If you would know if something will change if you take your relationship through those 3 stages. All right. You ask questions, you observe, all right, and you get other people involved in the process, all right, of that relationship, because people can pretend for you, but the thing is, when you get other people involved, all right, it's easier for them to discover certain things that you may not discover by yourself. So it's very important. How do I make my babe's mindset change about our working to support the relationship? And most especially when we marry, because she only wants to be a baby girl, even if she's making her money. You have already answered the question. It's a mindset problem, and it's amazing that even some church people also still have that mindset. His money is our money. My money is my money. All right? That's a cultural way of thinking. I taught on 3 types of marriages sometimes last year. All right? The cultural marriage, the contemporary marriage, and the Christ-centered marriage. The truth is, a lot of people think they are having or building Christ-centered kingdom marriages, but what they are building is cultural marriages. Is the man. So you see some ladies, they have the money, but they believe this guy is his responsibility to pay house rent, his responsibility to put food on the table, his responsibility to pay school fees, his responsibility to pay for a vacation. What's your own responsibility? What are you there for? You are just there as a sex object. That can't be that. What kind of life is that? All right. And I'm also of the school of thought that every man should work to the point where your resources can take care of the family. But if the family is not there yet, as a woman, the Bible says 2 shall become 1. If you need to step in to do some things, do it. As long as you are married to a responsible man that will not now say, since you are doing, take over and continue. It becomes your responsibility permanently. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if you are going through a season and the resources are not there yet, and play your part. So you can be a baby girl at any season of life if you have money. All this one that you want to live soft life, is that life you are planning for? It's just what it is. My wife's past toxic relationships makes her fear I'll cheat, or my family will reject her. How can I help her heal and feel secure in her marriage?
Seek professional counsel.
Yeah.
You see, I said earlier on that marriage is fast becoming, in fact, a school that you can never graduate from. So you keep reading, you keep doing a lot of things. So people, when they tell you, go for therapy, they will say, I'm not sick. It's not only sick people that go for therapy. If you want a good marriage, you go for counseling, because there are some things that your parents didn't even near, they didn't even dare to do, and you want to do it. And you know, there are a lot of things that when we're growing up, our parents did separately that we wanted to do together. A lot of people were parenting for them was daddy would do something, mommy would do something, a lot. And I think it was in school. When we were in school, we were doing like a research, and we found out that a lot of people, their parents had one issue or the other. Somebody will have what's called a step sister, a step brother, all of these things, and it wasn't even, some people didn't even get to know until they were older. You know, those kind of little things were things that have destroyed homes. So if you are coming on a clean slate, you've had so many things. You've had don't believe in this person. This person's secretary slept with them, gave birth to a child. This person's BA, this one now. So a lot of people, there are things they are dealing with internally that they don't even know. So if you feel that, oh, this person is not secured with you, or you've done this, you've prayed about it, seek professional counsel. It is not a sin.
So I have a brother that's always finding bad deeds attractive. How can I help him, sir? He can only help himself. It's a taste problem. Somebody asked this question something close to this last week, all right? It's a taste problem, an environmental problem, and a value system problem, all right? My boyfriend, who is Igbo, and I, Yoruba, come from different cultures, and my family expectations are causing misunderstandings. How can I navigate our relationship? All right, by talking about your expectations and getting to understand that when you guys get married, you are going to have to create your own set of values because you are coming from different cultural tilts. So you must first be Christians before you are from your tribe. That's very important. As long as you want to put one tribe above the other, you will have issues. That in Yoruba land, this is how we behave. In Igbo land, this is how we behave. In Christ, there is no Jew, there is no Greek. All right, so you must make up your mind. In this home, God is going to be the standard. The Bible is going to be the standard, not Yoruba tribe, not Igbo tribe. So you begin to look for the things that you value in both cultures that align with the Bible. You pick that. And the things that don't align with the scripture, you let that go. All right? I think that's one easy way you can navigate that.
Somebody said, why is the church silent on godly marriage?
Why is the church silent on what?
Godly marriage. The most emphasized has been focused on getting married. Just want to know if there is a difference between Christian marriage and a godly marriage. So when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. The church is not silent about it. If you are silent about it, we will not have a whole month talking about relationship. So there are times that people who just hear what they want to hear. The church is never silent about it. You know, godly marriage, and that's why we tell singles. We tell singles, don't sleep with each other. The bed must not be defiled. That's what the Bible says. Don't do this, don't do that. So people still, you see, find out that Christians in church still sleep with each other. Christians still go to each other's house and pass the night there. So it's not as if the church is not, the church is silent about it. I don't know for now, any pastor talking about relationship saying that, oh, you can go and pass the night or you can go and do this in your boyfriend's house or your girlfriend's house. No.
The grace covers it.
So we don't. The grace of God does not covers fornication. It doesn't. The wages of sin is still death. So whatever it is you're doing, that's how to have a godly marriage. If you start in a godly way, and then maybe peradventure you had at some point you messed up. If you are married and you are a gateway nation member, you know that we emphasize on godly marriage. The things that God has spoken about marriage, listen to all the messages, you will hear it. So church is not silent about godly marriage. Let me say that. I saw a question now also I was trying to read, but I think or the person deleted that was saying that he said the bed must not be defiled. How do we know? Sha, I saw the question. What you're trying to say is that you want to have sex before. You cannot be before marriage. You cannot be smarter than God. Yes, I'll tell you a true life story. I had an auntie who they have like 4 friends. All of them are, friends. They grew up together, went to the same primary school, secondary school, and the same university. So while they were in university, there was this guy that was trying to marry this lady. And the lady was like, no, that because the guy was keeping himself, the guy said he wasn't going to have sex with the lady. Then said, no, she cannot. So she went to marry another guy who they were always sleeping together. In fact, she was living with that guy before the guy went for youth service. So by the time the guy was done from youth service, started working before all of them, then they got married while she was still on campus. By the time she was going for youth service, by the time she went for youth service, just 3 weeks, the guy had gotten another babe pregnant before she came back. She didn't even know about that. It was later when she moved in and she got married, then the guy was sleeping around with a whole lot of people. Today, she's alone. She's a single mother. All because she wants to know if the guy is sexually compatible and everything. And the other guy, in fact, it was that my auntie that mentioned that she saw, so they were talking. So I was like, this talk is becoming long. She was not like her, that her friend missed a very great opportunity. The guy, well reserved. If you see his family, you know that this person was never meant to be in the picture. So sometimes you feel that if you feel you are smarter than God, God is saying something. God is telling you. I've seen people that with one night stand, they ended up with HIV positive kind of person. So if God is saying that, don't defile the bed, keep it at that. Stop saying that you're not getting it. How do you know? If you are, she said she's 21 and she's a virgin. At 21, you're thinking of sex. That she's a virgin. If you're a virgin, God will give you the guy that you will complement each other. And I'd like to say this. See, when you go ahead to sleep with a man, any man that sleeps with you does not respect you. Any man that sleeps with you before marriage doesn't respect you. Quote me, because I've seen people come, they talk. I know somebody that slept with somebody for years and aborted for that person twice, and then she saw another person who did not sleep with her till the wedding night. She's always crying. She was always saying, I said, don't die in guilt, because that life is past. But she's always regretting that if she had known, she would have kept herself for her husband. So there's nothing you want to tell me that you're not sexually compatible. What's sexual compatibility before marriage?
And the thing about sexual compatibility is it is not discovered, it is developed. There's nothing like you want to discover if you are sexually compatible. The way God designed it is supposed to be developed. All right, you are supposed to explore together, discover each other, develop the compatibility together. It's not something you go around looking at, are we compatible, are we compatible? What's even the definition of the compatibility? It is well. We need to wrap up. Just 2 more questions. How can my woman help in marriage? Because the little time she assists with food, she rants and talks about it later. Now, I feel somehow to eat if I don't contribute to the food.
It's a mindset. No, yeah.
Eat your food with joy.
That's how she's been raised. So maybe you need to also talk about it. And then also, you don't, that's a face. It's a face. A lot of people said, how do I eat the food? It shows that, some people don't care. They will not give you money, they will see it. They will see, we ask you, where's my food? We've seen a lot in counseling. So, but the truth about the matter is, make sure you know that that's a kind of person. And that's how she's raised. I'm sure that's the picture that she has seen over the years. So make sure you are not in that space for life. Because some fathers back in the days, that was their life till the Lord called them to glory. That's the kind of life they live. So maybe she has seen that over the years, and that she has feel that that's how all men are. So you make sure that at some point, that state is not where you are for life.
Are there information that are okay to hold on to while entering into a relationship or marriage, especially when it involves multiple partners or things like that? All right? Whatever you don't need for that relationship in the immediate, you don't need to share it. Don't share your past with someone that you are not certain is going to be a part of your future. That's information they don't need. Some people say things like, let me just tell them in advance so that they can make up their mind. That's just being stupid. All right? until someone has expressed a measure of commitment to you, there are things you don't trust them with. All right. Now, when the person has made a commitment, and I think it depends on the other person. Some people don't want the details because they know their mind can handle it. All right. And the truth is, if someone has a past and they've moved on from that past, maturity requires that you don't need all the details, except the details can affect your marriage in the future. All this one that you are now asking, so how many people? And how many times do you have with which person? Oh, yeah, tell me the style. What do you want to do with that?
As a child raised from a broken home, marriage is a topic that dreads me so much, such that anytime my fiance talks about plans for marriage, I zone out. Please don't zone out. Any advice?
Answer the question. The one that read it.
It's what you have seen over the years, and you need to get rid of, all of those thoughts. When you keep seeing something every now and then, you become that thing. So you have seen a lot of bad marriages. Make sure you are around people that their marriage is inspiring. Make sure you are around the people that their marriage is godly. Make sure you are around the people that you want to be like, so that a lot of us, some of us didn't like book. How many people like book? See, except pastor likes books. So a lot of people didn't like books, but at some point you started reading. At some point you started reading for exams. When the exam is coming, you read. So the same thing happens. Don't dread marriage, talking about marriage. Some people, they don't want to even get married because of what they've seen, and because of what they even picture every now and then. So pray about it also, then confess it. I think we have a marriage confession. You can confess it, that your marriage will work. Your marriage will be what you say is what you see.
We take it at the Love Lounge seminar every last Sunday of the month.
Yes. So get it. Keep saying it. Don't dread marriage. Marriage is sweet when you get married to the right person, and you can do it right. For you to choose, some people even chose the wrong course in school, but now they are doing well in life because at some point they knew that I've missed it in studying zoology.
The last question: what can I do about my sister-in-law visiting uninvited and sharing information with her mom, which has affected my marriage and communication? Your sister-in-law shouldn't be coming uninvited. In fact, not just your sister-in-law, even your own sister. I think it is one thing a lot of African homes need to pay attention to. All right? And I usually counsel that when it comes to communication, everyone should communicate with their own family. All right? So that's not a conversation you have with your sister-in-law. That's a conversation your husband should have with his sister. All right? That she shouldn't be coming uninvited. All right? Because it's a sign of disrespect. You are just showing up. You don't know what the season that family is going through. You don't know the season they are trying to navigate. When you show up, sometimes you create more problems in that home than you think you're trying to hide. All right? So, or that you think you're trying to help. So I strongly believe that in any home, whether it is even sister or sister-in-law, somebody should call. Okay, I'm coming. Are you guys okay? Can we come around? All right, so I just think that's how we ought to be.
And I think that a lot of us don't get to discuss it. There's another question here saying that I love my brothers and my girlfriend cannot handle it, blah, 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 blah. The more reason the Bible says that for this reason, for the reason of marriage, that, a man will leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. Yeah. When you are cleaving, it's not about just you alone. It's about talking about the things, your expectation, your boundaries. So when your sister-in-law is showing up, it means that it's something that you have not placed, you are not intentional about. Yeah. You both should sit down to talk about it. Then get the book, Boundaries, Understanding Boundaries for your husband and his family, and also your own family. It's a memo you are passing. So that by the time you bring it out, I know of a family that have a family book. They have a family book. So when anything happens, you are free to go and bring your family book and open it. Oga, in the vision of this family, in the 7th verse, we spoke about how our finances should be done, how our this one should be done. So we spoke about people when they want to come, they should call both of us. They should not just come because I feel like I want to go and see my brother. So maybe what you should do is that both of you should sit down to have a family vision and write it out and print it, and you have a copy. So anytime you are angry about something, you go and check it. Is it too much what I'm doing? Is this thing against the vision of this marriage? Is it our interest, as in both interests in this marriage? People don't talk about it. You just feel that his mother is my mother, my father is my... No! Some families are different. You see some brothers, even twins. Some people are very pleasant, the other person is hostile. So you think that, because you married us, you can just bump into us. No. So call him, sit him down, talk about it. If you want to even include a marriage counselor, you can, so that it's happening in his own side now. It will not be your own turn, because sometimes the women too, they can just have to say, because it's my sister. No, talk about it and make sure that, I mean, you have that family book where you can go back to visit and talk about.
All right, we'll take the remaining questions tonight at the movie night. All right.